Welcome to Locating Porter 5 Forces Insights. You can conduct a Porter 5 Forces analysis by gathering insights and data from different sources. We are going to explore a few of those. First, let's take a look at market research reports. Most market research reports include a Porter 5 Forces analysis, and you should be able to quickly locate it in the reports table of contents. Let's scroll down and find it. Okay. Here it is, right here. Be aware that each report may not call it a Porter 5 Forces analysis. However, you will still be able to identify it by the framework concepts, such as suppliers, buyers, entrants, substitutes, or rivalry. This is the table of contents and the Porter 5 Forces analysis section from a market research report about the global electric vehicle market, and it's located in the EMIS database. Let's jump into the content. So I'm just going to scroll down a little bit so you can get a sense of what's there. Okay, so you get an idea. If you're not familiar with how to use EMIS and find its reports, look at the recording, Locating Market Research Reports. You can also locate a Porter 5 Forces analysis for many industries in the Explorer database. So let's turn to that now. From within Explorer, you're going to click Reports at the top, and then Industry Profiles. To locate industry reports that align with your industry, start by clicking the blue Refine Analysis button, then go to Sector, and you can expand and browse the industries, or you can keyword search. I'm going to target the food service industry, so I'm going to select food service and search. Notice that there are food service industry profiles for specific countries, regions, as well as a global report. So I'm going to go ahead and look at I'm going to go ahead and pull up the global food service industry profile, and we will take a look at it. All right, there we go. Let's start with the table of contents. So you have an executive summary, you have an overview of the market data, segmentation, market outlook. Here's the Porter 5 Forces analysis, the competitive landscape, company profiles. If you've used a market research report before, the table of contents may look familiar. And that's because Explorer's industry profiles are essentially executive summary versions of market reports. And they all include a Porter 5 Forces analysis. So let's jump to that section and take a look at how it's covered. So I'm just going to sort of scroll through a couple of pages. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. All right. All right, so again, I think you get the idea. Every single one of Explorer's industry profiles has a Porter 5 Forces analysis, and the look and feel is the same in every one of the reports. All right. Lastly, I'd like to explore how you can use Google to locate Porter 5 Forces industry insights. So let's jump into Google. All right. While it's useful to locate a fortified forces analysis that has already been created, don't stop there. You want to conduct more thorough research, gleaning important business intelligence from sources such as industry publications, even consulting firm white papers. This will enable you to tap into other perspectives and to bring the analysis up to date. You can successfully use Google to accomplish this, but it requires that you not limit your search to the phrase fortified forces. Instead, include the keywords that Michael Porter uses to describe his framework. Otherwise, you will likely miss critical insights and intelligence. So here is an example of a Google search that incorporates the terminology for bargaining power of suppliers. And you'll note that I actually didn't even include the phrase fortified forces here. So, and this search is targeting the electric vehicles industry. All right, so let's run the search and see what the results look like. So just looking at the titles, it does look like we are seeing the kinds of results that we would have hoped for. I also want to sort of point out the kinds of sources that we're finding. So Automotive World is one of the industry trade publications. Here's McKinsey, so we've got consulting firm. The International Energy Agency is an excellent organization, and so they do a lot of reports. So they looks like there's some relevant content in there. So the World Resources Institute, also a good source. ResearchGate is academic, another consulting firm report, and Science Direct, also an academic article. So again, it looks like the results are what we would have hoped for, and we're definitely finding credible sources. All right, so I just want to sort of review some of the Google search strategies that we just explored. First, remember not to limit your keywords to fortified forces. Rather, use synonyms to capture those key framework concepts, such as when we were looking for suppliers, we added keywords like inputs, switching costs, substitutes. I didn't demonstrate this, but when your results are returned in Google, if you're seeing a lot of old content or content that's outside of the publication date window that you think is relevant for your research, use the Tools Anytime feature in Google to define the window of publication dates that you want, and then that'll get rid of extraneous content that's not of value to you. And also that wonderful option of after you look at your web results, clicking images to locate graphs and charts, and dive into actual presentations and reports that are on the internet. Finally, just a reminder that your Gosweda Business Librarians are available to support all of your coursework throughout the semester. Just reach out to us to schedule a consultation that's targeted for your research. Send an email to gbsaskalibrarian@emory.edu. Tell us about your project, include 4 to 5 dates and times when you would like to meet with us. And we look forward to meeting with you.